point C is the midpoint of this segment BD. I know that C is the midpoint because I've got these tick marks right here that tell me that those two pieces are congruent to each other. And because those two pieces are congruent to each other, I know that the two pieces have to be the same length. So what I'm going to do is put an equal sign right here between these two segments. From this point, we're just using some algebra to solve for x. So depending on how your algebra skills are, this should be easy for you. Since there's x's on both sides, I think what I would probably do first is subtract 2x from both sides. So I'll do that, which leaves me with x minus 2 over here. And on the right side, just a 3. I'll finish that up just by adding 2 to both sides and end up with x equals 5 as my x value. Now be really careful because even though the direction said to find x, there was more to it than that. They also wanted to know the length of the entire segment BD. And so at this point what I'm going to do is take my x value and plug it back into these beginning points. So for example, I'm going to do 3 times 5 and subtract 2 from that. 3 times 5 is 15, minus 2 gives me 13 for this piece right here, 13 units. I don't know if it's feet or inches, whatever. Without doing any work, because these two segments are congruent, I know that segment CD should also be 13, but this is a really great time to check your answer if your x is right. So let's do, just to check it, 2 times 5 plus 3, 2 times 5 is 10, plus 3 is 13, so yeah, it checks out. Each piece is 13, but again, read the directions. They wanted to know the length of BD, the entire segment. Well, if this piece is 13 and this piece is 13, the entire segment must be 26 units long. If that makes sense to you, what I want you to do is go ahead and pause the video, try this problem. If it doesn't make sense to you, either go back and rewatch it or jot some questions down, ask me in class. Otherwise, like I said, pause the video, try this problem, and my work will pop up in just a couple seconds if you want to check your answer. And there you go, x should have been equal to 3. Once you went and plugged that back in, segment JK was 3 units long, and if you double that to get the entire segment, which is JL, that should have been 6